Okay, welcome back to Risk Talk with Siobhan and Siobhan and the continuation of Sasha. Yes, we do love you. Okay, so normally I do not open up. As you can see, Siobhan wants me to open up, so I have to be more comfortable with opening up for you guys.
I have sinus issues.
Whereas she has a nasty sinus infection and AKA attitude. Okay? All right, cool. So with that being said, stop looking at me like that because Sasha's in the middle of us and she's gonna protect me.
I'm a referee.
All right. I just want to make sure because earlier she walked around me and she sized my ass up. Just want to make sure she remember we still family. She's trying to kill me. But anyway, like we said before in episode 12, there's some things that we do want to discuss moving forward in 2019. So here's a couple of things that we did come up with, and these are some suggestions and these are some ideas. And one of these ideas is something that Sasha wants to discuss with you ladies. And one of them is she feels that men over 6 feet men over 6 feet, when it comes to the size of their penis, is not fulfilling to her.
Well, they come off short.
I wouldn't say. Come up short.
Yeah.
So she's saying anybody over 6 feet is about 4 inches.
No.
She didn't say that. No? Well, damn, how big you want your dick?
No. I'm saying that men over 6 feet, oftentimes they're so tall or they're so sculpted and I love a man over 6 feet. Aesthetically, it's beautiful, blah, blah. But sometimes the penis just doesn't match the height. It's not that it's like extremely small or you expect so much more from a tall guy.
So is it true to say that when you see a guy with big feet, you expect a big dick?
I don't look at feet. Weirdly enough, attitude says a lot.
I heard about hands.
Hands. I've heard about hands.
That's misleading, though.
I don't look at hands either. Like,
so a guy can have a cocky. I've met a guy with a cocky attitude, very like with like. Really?
What he was. He
I
must have
don't
been
know
a
what he was
muscular
doing.
man.
I don't know. I don't know what he was going to do. But he was pleasing to someone and some female sometime in his life. I don't know.
They gassed him up.
I don't know. But you know, you have ugly men that are cocky too.
yeah, but looks aren't everything.
You're right. But you're saying size does matter to you.
No, I'm saying, yeah, size does matter to me. But when it comes down to men who are 6 feet and over, my experience is that they aren't the most well endowed. Now, I don't know if I think because they're over 6 feet, it should be a certain girth or length. I don't know.
Girth.
But I haven't had the best experiences.
I just think it's some myth. Like, people say, oh, if he's tall and skinny, then that means his penis down there is long and
Strong.
right.
Very, you know, men do.
Some people say, oh, he got skinny hands, skinny fingers, and that means his penis is skinny. That's not true. So I just really think we shouldn't focus on height or whether they're, some people think, oh, they stocky, so maybe his penis is big and fat. I don't know. I don't think we should focus on that. You just never know with some people, because I met some short guys
But it be the short guys. It be the short guys that you be like, oh, you kind of short or whatever. Next thing you know, it's like a magic box. You're like, oh, Daddy,
Right.
come here. You never go anywhere. Wow. It be the short guys. Now, when I think most women like tall guys, especially if you have a strong personality, like you want to kind of feel soft and pink. So when you're out with someone that's tall, it's like you feel a little feminine.
Right.
But
you feel protected by
right.
them. That's what it is.
But I can't say that, I don't know, my best size has been kind of short.
And what's short? 5.
Taller than me, maybe like 5'9", 5'10".
That's short for a man.
But short for a man, yeah.
Well, in society, that's average height for men.
Yeah, well, I'm just a doofball if I'm 5'9". Okay, so with that being said, there are some other things that we wanted to discuss in 2019 as far as things that we want to see in the men and some in the women, because we do believe that there are more men that cheat than women. That's just what I think. But that may not be true, So I would like to see more faithful men in 2019. You don't think that's going to happen?
I just think that this era where accessibility is so easy, like it's not like back in the day, like us, we grew up in the 90s and you like someone and you have to go to a party or go to a club to see them, or we didn't even have cell phones like back then. It's like
pagers.
Right, it's difficult. It was difficult back then to get in contact with them. So now, where you could slide into a DM, you could hit them on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. It's just so much accessibility where, I don't know, if I were a man, it'd be difficult for me too. Like, it's just too easy. And I tell you what, women, a lot of women, because I know a lot of women, it's almost like it's too easy. Like, it's no work. A lot of these men, you know, I have a lot of brothers. I work in a male-dominated field. And a lot of these men aren't even putting work into dating women. It's just easy. Gorgeous women, women with great bodies, like personalities. It's just so easy for them.
How are they catching them?
Easy. A lot of women are very insecure. So if you say something beautiful in their ear and you complimenting them and you're promising them, a lot of women aren't about action. It's just about what you say. They fall in love with the thought or the process or what could be. Very few women are actually into what it actually is. So it's just too easy for men.
You know what? Because this episode really we were supposed to have men for this episode.
Yeah, I'm going to expose the two men.
And we were supposed to talk about sex and discuss things that we talked about in prior episodes, like child support and stuff like that. I guess they were scared. Like, I'm not feeling the fact that they're not here.
Yes, they didn't
because men that comment on my IG page, oh, you need a man's perspective. Oh, y'all need men up there. And when we ask y'all don't show up.
You don't show up
at all. So you won't continue getting a woman's perspective. Stop being scared. If we want to talk about penis, and you want to tell me when you had your first orgasm, they scared of these questions. I don't understand why. It's like, oh, I'm sitting in the hot seat. You're not sitting in the hot seat. We're having conversation. That's all it is.
This is wrong talk.
Conversation. There's nothing wrong with conversation. And this is why I think that men have a hard time communicating. It's key. Yeah, they don't want to talk.
They're afraid.
They scared.
I would be scared of you.
Why?
After that comment and the banging on the table, like, I'm scared.
I mean, you're very stern.
That's just me.
You are. But sometimes you just woosah, just a little bit.
I do though, but my sinus is bothering me right now.
I'm gonna need you guys to check episode 11 on to 1, and you let me know if she had a sinus infection in either one of those episodes.
I didn't have any attitudes in those prior
The
episodes.
sternness never goes away.
That's just me. That's my personality.
Yes,
That's one of my characteristics. I'm sorry.
She's very stern.
And I'm assertive too at work.
And I'm very afraid of her. Just thought I'd let you know.
I'm starting to get afraid of her.
Yeah, so I'm glad you're in the middle of this episode.
Sasha, really? You just talking crap. But no, seriously, they should have been here. We could have had some type of dialogue. We could have asked them questions in regards to anything. And y'all scared to come.
Okay, but there is one thing that I do want to see more of in 2019, and maybe from today, December 15th, moving forward, 2019, and so forth. I would like to see more women take care of their men. And I don't mean you let them live in your house and they don't work and stuff like that.
And pay for bills.
I mean,
so you gotta
he work,
clarify.
You work, and the things that you want may be the things that he may want too. So if he had a long day at work, I don't think there's nothing wrong with rubbing your man's feet or back, per se, or running his hot water, or washing his back. Do you think anything is wrong with that, with taking care of your man?
No, I love this. I love this topic because I think oftentimes, like, you know, we're educated and we have good jobs, and you know, sometimes I think women come off kind of strong, like I'm independent, I don't need you or whatever, but I think men and women have to understand that. I mean, I don't know if it's me, how I was raised or whatever. A woman is a woman, a man is a man. So you are absolutely right. Like, a man needs to be taken care of. Like, whatever he likes or whatever he gets home from work, even if you work. Like, a man has a role, a female has a role as well. So I love that. Like, you can't be a slouch playing video games all day and expect me to come home and rub your feet. But if you do have a job where you stand on your feet all day, it's nothing for me to cater to you. So I love that.
I don't like feet. I'll run your water. Not touching your feet, at all. And I'm glad you brought that up because there was a clip on Instagram. I don't even know the pastor's name because I'm a little drugged up right now from my Sudafed.
Yeah, Sudafed, non-drowsy. Go ahead.
I feel drugged.
Yeah.
Anyway, I forgot the pastor's name, but he mentioned his wife during a segment. He was on a woman's show, Circle of Sisters, and he discussed how his wife endured a lot of issues or complications from the relationship opposed to giving birth to their kids. And what he meant by that, the metaphor, was that his wife birthed him. And what I think he meant by birthing, meaning carrying on certain things or responsibilities to help him achieve certain things in life. So whatever his goals was, like she supported him. Well, we don't know exactly from what detail, but me bringing that up is some women that experienced that or been there and done that and had bad outcomes, it's hard for them to redo that again with another man.
Yeah.
So it's hard. So I think we have to be clear on what it is that we can do to support and help them achieve certain things, not baby them and hold their hand and if they're not doing what they're supposed to do as a man of the household and say, okay, we'll pick up the slack. Yeah, we can do that, but you have to be doing something. You know what I'm saying? You have to be doing something that's meaningful, that's going to carry us as a whole. So I think the young ladies should know out there, our viewers should have a understanding that, yes, it's okay to support your man. It's okay to cater to him. It's okay to, like you said, rub his feet, run his water. But if he ain't on the block, talking about dinner ready and you don't have a job,
but some people,
that's not okay.
But some people believe that it is a job in itself because some people risk their life and their livelihood for their family, and certain situations cause for I have to be out doing X, Y, and Z in order to support you and stuff like that. Now, it could be two different type of women. There could be a woman that says, you know what, I would prefer you to get a regular job, go to BJ's, work nights, do whatever, so you won't be on the street or on the block. But then you have some women that encourage that and cheer that on, and then when
benefit from it.
Yes, and then when shit happens is ain't nobody telling you to do that. You wasn't saying that when I was buying you them Chanel bags.
Right, well, I ain't visiting you.
So what type of woman do you want to be?
Yeah.
Do you want to be the woman that keep up with the Joneses, or you want to be the woman that I want to be happy and I want to be comfortable and I'm okay with whatever you bring to the table as long as it makes sense for me?
I don't know. I don't agree with the whole clip that Siobhan was watching because I'm big on being wanted, not being needed, because you're going to be there as long as there's a need, right? So I actually seen real life experiences where, I had a friend who supported her man while he got his career up and going. Next thing you know, it's like he's gone. Then I have another friend in college, like, his wife supported him through med school, and it's like he's gone. Now, I'm not saying don't support your man, but that's very risky. Like, I'd rather be wanted than be needed, because as soon as the need is gone, I feel like I'm disposable.
I agree with you on that, but you can't forget who you are. You can't lose yourself and your goals while you're supporting him. Because you can support, because we can multitask. I can support you, but I'm not going to forget about Siobhan. I'm not going to forget about what I need to do for me. Well, here's in the household. So you can't lose yourself. And that's where women go wrong. They lose their self. It's just, oh, baby, it's whatever you want. But you just lose who you are. And that's another thing, too, because I want to bring it back to how it was back in the day, right? I want to touch on that, where the man was the provider and he paid for everything, right? And you had the woman that just took care of the household, managed the money, paid the bills, whatever the money that he gave her. But that's fine right? To a certain extent, because it's like, okay, I'm losing who I am because I'm holding down a household. I'm taking care of you, but I'm not doing anything that I want to do. You understand? So that's why this day and age, for some young people, they don't understand that. Because we have a lot of entrepreneurs now. We have a lot of innovators. They out there selling whatever they're selling, whether it's hair, makeup products, whatever they're doing. So they don't understand it. That's why a lot of women are single now. But the men have to realize too, because it worked both ways. Like, all right, I'll be the man of the household and do what I have to do, but it's a partnership. You still got to focus on you. You can't lose you. It's a combination. It's a partnership.
Well, that's
you
the
can't
thing.
lose who you are in the midst of being in that relationship, and that's where women go wrong.
You do lose who you are because, she was super ambitious and trying to, go for a career in TV. He was super ambitious as well. But when you're holding down a household, like your dreams kind of take a step back, right? And your dreams take a step back so that you can support
it.
Not even that you would
do.
Well, it's not even that you allow it. Like, being a mom, having a job, like raising a kid. Most of us aren't in fields that when we were 19 or 20, we thought we would be in, right? But we ended up in fields with great jobs and trying to take care of our kids and doing what we do. And that's just what it is. So when you support your man, and I'm not talking about some guy that's just coming by from time to your man, you give him 200% in hopes that he picks up, and your dreams do take your dreams do kind of go, it takes a, what do you call it, when you put it to the back. And it's not always purposely done, but as much as you want to be independent,
is that?
It's not a fault.
It is.
It's not. As much as you want to be, it's not. And I'll tell you why. As much as you want to be independent, you can't do everything. Like,
We do everything now.
we don't.
Yeah, why we don't?
We don't. Like, there's several.
We do everything now. I get up at 5:15 in the morning.
Did you just cut her off?
Sorry, but no, I gotta be clear. I get up at 5:15 in the morning, and I did this even when I was in a relationship. And let's be clear on supporting, because when you support, is meaning it can mean various of things.
Yes.
Right? You can support as in, baby, I run your bath water. I know you coming home, food ready, food's in the microwave. That's supporting.
But
Two,
how many?
Hold on. That's supporting, and then that's also like, all right, if he had a long day, I ain't gonna give him much conversation because I know he tired. I'm gonna leave him be. That's supporting. It don't necessarily have to mean physical action, but at the same time, just want to piggyback what you said. Yes, that's your fault that you lost yourself, because in a relationship, I'm gonna say, for example, 5:15, get up, get ready, get the kids ready for school, drive to work, go to work 7 to 8 hours, come home, do homework, work out, and food is cooked. And I manage on a Saturday to do a podcast. I'm still doing this. This for me, this here is just something for me mentally, for my personal desires, not my 9 to 5. So this gives me balance mentally. But I'm still not stopping. You lose yourself because you allow yourself to get lost.
I believe all women at one particular time lost themselves.
They do. I'm not saying it doesn't happen,
Yes,
but
but-
whose fault is it?
It's our fault.
All right, that's
it
my
is our
point.
fault because we get so intertwined we're so focused on focusing him and on his dreams that we kind of lose ourselves within who we are and stuff like that, and the things that we want to accomplish and stuff like that. And in the event that she did support him 100% and then he got up and left, she would be afraid to support another man like that. But if she did support another man like that in the event, she would also say, this time, because life is all about experiences and lessons, this time go
I'm not
around,
gonna let that happen again.
I'm not losing who I am. I am going to support him, but I'm going to make it a minimum support. But he may not know it's minimum. He may think it's 100%. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, I'm only going to do X, Y, Z because I don't want to lose focus on what I want to do.
Right.
Because the last time I lost focus and he left. Now he with Patricia, living his best life.
And I'm picking up the pieces, and I'm
But life
starting
is
all
about
over again.
experience, because you know what? There's some men that have done me wrong in my life, and I'm like, I'm never. But then I'm like, but that's not who I am. I can't say that I'm going to be mean towards every man that I meet, because I'm not mean. I'm a nice person. I can't say that when I meet you, I'm not going to be kind and giving and stuff like that like I normally do because that's what I'm used to do. That's just who I am. I can't take that away. Now, if you fuck me over, then I'll be like, all right, it is what it is. No problem. I just got fucked over again.
But back to putting things on the back burner, like it's but so much that we can do. And I know both of you guys, and I speak to you often, Siobhan, and there are things that we still want to do and we still want to pursue, and things that we wish that we were more consistent of. And, you know, unfortunately, something has to take the back burner. You know, there are times where you got to cut into something in order to take a break.
Right.
Or, you know, you have to leave work early in order to handle this, or call out in order to do this. And I say all that to say is like, it's not purposely done. I can only, everybody knows me. I don't have a problem articulating myself, and I'm super honest. I don't put my dreams on the back burner for any man. However, that doesn't mean that I can do everything, because I can't. You know, I want to go to the gym, I want to work out, I want to start this, and I want to start that, and I want to get licensed in this, and I want to master my job. You can't do everything, right? So I know there are women out there that do put things on the back burner. That's not the way to go. But for women like me, it's just we want to do a lot. We just can't do everything. You know, and we want to support, you know, the men that we're with, and we want to be there for them, but I can't feel like a need when I'm dating you. I want to feel like a want.
Yes.
I want to feel like we're building towards becoming a power couple. I want to know, you know what, I'm weak in this area, but you're strong in there. You can help me out there, and I can help you out here.
Right.
And at the same time, once we get home, you're the man and I'm the woman. It's just how it is. That's just my opinion.
Hell King. That's fair to say. Ginger. Ginger. No more Tito's. Yeah,
I want Tito. I'm killing the ginger out.
But that's a good one though. Like I like this topic because it really makes us think.
Yeah.
It really makes us think. But I'm not for you needing me.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Don't need me. I don't want you to need me. Want me.
Yes. Okay. You have anything else to say?
No.
No, she doesn't. That's what I say.
The pressure's coming off.
The pressure's coming off.
What else we got on the list?
I don't know. We have I think we pretty much covered everything on this particular list, you know.
And what about this one? The faithful men.
I think we talked about that, baby.
Nah,
with the
we
clubs?
touched
We kind of touched lightly.
We touched lightly on that.
Okay,
the
so you
faithful
wanna do-
male club or man club, whatever. I don't know. It's tough out there for men.
Well, she said, you know, it's easier for men to actually step out in their relationship because, you know, when men cheat, allegedly, they're cheating with just one thing as opposed to when women cheat. So if it's the opportunity that comes their way, they have no problem with having sex with that individual.
And then they regret it later.
I don't think
they regret it.
I don't think they regret
Look at
anything.
Offset on IG.
He regret getting caught.
Yes.
He regret getting caught, but he doesn't regret.
Men only regret when they get caught.
And she ain't responding.
If he never got
But
caught,
I mean, think about it. Even with Cardi and Offset, right? Like two high-powered young individuals in their 20s. You know, they have this beautiful love, like Cinderella tale, where she, you know, she was a stripper. She wanted to be an artist. She has this amazing drive. She met Offset. They got married. They had a baby. Awesome. But they're still in their mid-20s. You know, and if you think about it, had Offset not been in his mid-20s, he might have not DM'd the bitch. Like, it's 2018. Like, here's Snapshot. I'm going to save this just in case Cardi hit me up. Snapshot. Like, I just think he's too young. He's too rich. He's too powerful. And he has, like, this high sex drive. Like, it's going to happen again, I think.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean he doesn't love her. I do feel that they have a friendship, that they love each other, and that they're both super ambitious. But I just don't see him being young.
We touched upon that why men cheat. You know what I mean? It doesn't stem from love. Like, love ain't got nothing to do with it. I could love you to death, don't want you to go, but you cheat. And I think men cheat because of the opportunity that occur.
you have some people,
It's an opportunity,
you
so
have
why
some men
not?
that cheat and just, you know, sporadically they just touch bases here and there once in a while. And then you have some men that they're dogs. Like dogs. They're just doing it just because. If your grandmother walked through the front door, they fucking her. You be like, my grandmother? Really?
She wear depends. She wear depends.
We was getting high one day and one thing led to another. You have some dogs and you have some men that just cheat. They stepped out once every 6 or 7 years, and those are the men you make. Okay, well, you cheated every 6 or 7 years. Like, what do you do? How do you weigh your options? Do you break up with every man that cheats on you?
No, because
No.
it's really bad when it's a consistent person. It's constant feelings there. It's something that you get from that person. If you keep going back to the same person, that's when it gets like, all right, I gotta make a decision.
You have to make a decision. But even if you catch him and you found out that the person was consistent and you just may have now no knowledge of the situation, and he says it's over, how do you rebuild your trust with this particular person?
The trust is just never there again. You gotta weigh the good and the bad. Like, obviously the trust is not there again. You know, if you're at,
That trust don't come back automatically. It's a process.
it's never come back for me.
It's
Never?
a process.
So a guy has stepped out on you and you've taken him back and you was never able to regain that trust.
No.
So that was on his, that was
And
his
then it
fault.
just got worse. So where you going? What time you coming back? You calling
Right.
them
Now
all the
you're
time.
nagging.
Now you become like the mom
woman that-
girlfriend.
right.
Like, you know what? Before I become, and I haven't been that since the 20s, but before I become that again, I'm just letting it go. I don't even have the energy.
No, I don't have the energy anymore.
Shout out to Lemonade.
That's my girl Beyonce. I'm talking about my sister.
Because she saved a lot of relationships off that Lemonade album. But
That's different. That's a lot of money tied in.
No, meaning for them. Hold on, for them. But people reflect on that and say, you know what? If Beyonce can get cheated on, I guess I get cheated on.
I ain't better than
But
Big.
hold up. Even before the Beyonce and the Jay-Z situation, I don't really want to talk about my sister like that. Shavonce, Beyonce, I love you. Once Halle Berry got cheated on, I said, it's over for me. It was over. At that point, I knew that anything is possible. You don't think Halle Berry?
I think the higher the risk, the least likely that the man will leave. So if you some broke street pharmacist and you cheat on your girl and it's like, you know what? Fuck you, I'm out. Right? But if you a man and you work and you got money together, bank accounts together, wills and trusts and this, it's like, look, babe, let's work it out.
I'm working
And
it
I
out.
think Beyonce and Jay-Z, everyone's like, oh, if Beyonce stayed, then that's great. But
Their
you have,
situation is totally different from your situation.
right. We're not talking about that rich love. Like that's people stay together just
Right.
because.
So how willing are you to attempt to trust a man again if you love him?
It depends on, for me, it depends who he cheated with.
I'm saying you, how willing are you?
I believe in God, and God believes and tells me.
Don't bring Jesus into this. What are you doing?
God ain't got
You have a premarital sex. Don't bring Jesus into this. I'm sorry, Jesus.
I forgive everybody, and I will forgive him. That doesn't mean I'm going to forget, and I'm not going to forgive him that easy. You're not going to cheat on me on Monday, and Wednesday, I done made you baked macaroni and cheese, barbecue chicken, string beans, and some cornbread, and I done baked some little chocolate chip cookies. It's not going to work. You have to earn your trust with me. You really, really do. You have to work very, very hard. Bags, money, that's not going to compensate for what you've done to my heart.
What about you, Sasha?
I'm not very forgiving. I'm not gonna lie. And even if I've taken you back, like it's always been miserable after that. You know, the constant, where are you? Where you going? What you doing? This is how I feel every time you do this. Like before I take it there or entertain that, like I'm just letting go. And I'm not saying, I know it sounds very cold. I do have feelings, but my feelings are more important than that. Like what you put me through, like the constant sleepless nights or butterflies in the stomach or getting up in the middle of the night calling your girlfriend, right? You calling your girlfriend, playing all kind of scenarios, trying to see what he could be thinking or doing. Or I'm going to end it. And it does hurt. And you do think about the person, but trust me, you get over everything. Like, it's just not worth your sanity. Sometimes people think like you like, oh, I'm a strong woman. Like, it's not from strength. It actually is coming from weakness. Like, I can't take how I feel mentally, physically, so I'm just going to let you go. I'm not dealing with it.
Why y'all looking?
Yeah. All that I have been through, I can count on my hands how many times I made a phone call to call anybody to discuss anything that I went through. It wasn't until I went through my breakthrough to discuss it because I was too embarrassed.
I mean, we all go through it. And you know what? We still make the phone calls. And honestly, I still try. Like, let's talk about it. I'm big on communication, but when the trust is not there, it's just move on with your life. It's not even worth it. You're going to be miserable. For what? A picture on Instagram so your girlfriends could see you in your mid-30s and you not single, blah. It's just not worth it for me.
I believe you're right. You're right. So 2019, I'm not going to be single no more. No.
I think it's not about, hey, how about this? 2019 is going to be an amazing year, right? And it's not so much about title. It's more about connections. It's more about building bonds. It's more about building friendships that could possibly lead to other things.
Yes.
Right? Because if you go into something like, oh, I want to be married and I'm in my late 30s and it kind of feels like a certain way. Like I'm more about like, let's build a bond. Let's build a friendship. It's like when you build a house and you have the foundation of the house. Most women just want the house. Like if you build the foundation of the house, even if the house fall apart, you have your foundation, you could build it back up.
Okay.
Oh, y'all want me to talk now?
Yeah, we want you to talk now.
Yeah, because every time I talk, you cut me off.
Yes, the sinus went away, right?
I was going to talk, and she cut me off.
A little sassy now.
I forgot what I was going to say.
We was talking about cheating and how you take them back and are you a good forgiver?
I took my mate back in the past when he cheated. I think the issue is I think men do not understand the process because they expect you to get over it quickly if they fuck up. So it's just like, oh, I said I was sorry, I changed my number and shit like that, and we together, I love you, I don't want you to go. And then the behavior is still the same and they don't understand the process. No, man, it's a process. It's a process of me pissed off with you because it's gonna be silence, right? Because I have to get over the fact that you did me wrong. Right? And then it's a process of, you might not get no meals, baby. Food gonna be packed in the refrigerator. There's gonna be treatment. Let's be honest.
If I had to read
you are going to treat that man a certain way after you found out he cheated on you, and men do not like that treatment. And this is the problem. And then they fuck up and they get upset because they like, well, you gotta remind me, baby, accept it. If you wanna be with me, this is the shit you gotta deal with.
So how long would you be petty?
We don't know. I don't freaking know. I might change my mind or have a different move in a week later. You never know. But they don't want to go through the process. If you cheat on your woman and she take you back, there's a process you got to accept if you want to be with her. And that's just straight up. You don't know how long she's going to put you through the mess.
But he, as a man, has to understand that there's a process.
That, but they don't understand that.
The ones that don't understand are just not ready to be with you the way you want to be with them. Because a man that fully understands that there's a process, he will be very patient with you. Because your love is patient, right? And they're not. So therefore, he's not ready for you.
Right. So if you're willing to go through the process, because I'm petty patty.
I don't know. This reminds me of a statement that a guy I used to date told me. He said, "You want me to love you how you want to be loved. You need to accept how I love you." And I think that's a major disconnect between men and women. Oh, you should be doing this. You should have been doing that. You should try to do this. But maybe he doesn't know how to love you. Maybe he didn't have a dad. Maybe his mom didn't show him love. Maybe every relationship he had was messed up. So maybe he's loving you as much as he can. Like, it's just...
Right, that goes back to the love language. We talked about that a lot. Mm-hmm. You know, people show they love by gifts, or people show they love by telling you they love you, and that could be enough for an individual, you know?
No, you gotta
show. So yeah, I mean, I think overall it's very interesting because how you said you can't tell me how to love you. But when it comes to you cheating on me and you want me to take you back,
hey, but do you guys ever look at as women like, oh, what did I do or what could I have done?
Of course, yes.
You know, because it's always like, you cheated on me. Well, why? Sometimes we do things too.
That's another show.
There got to be another show because some women don't know what they've done to lead that man to go out through the back door. And that's what it is. It's every situation is different, but that's another episode.
We have a lot more episodes.
Yeah, we got to talk about that because that's deep. Because people always want to point the finger, but never want to reflect on what they did to let that man or this situation to have this type of outcome. So that's it.
Yeah, so we're gonna have a lot of part 2s to our Risk Talk show.
3.
So because I opened up, I guess I'm going to close, and I thank you guys for joining us for Risk Talk 12 and 13. Normally we have a little switcheroo, but we doing the same thing.
Like a marathon.
Yes, hello, running straight through like the
right.
honeymooners. Thank you for watching us.
All right.
Peace.
Good night.